Channel update for February 3rd. Yes, February 3rd, 2013. So, I think it's been like a month since I did one, so I do want to outline a couple things and give you all some information about stuff that did not happen and why. I posted up a video, like, I want to say at the end of last week. It was kind of like a couple days ago, and I took it down, and it was just, it was a short video. I'm going to explain it later what it was exactly, but for those of you who've seen it, you obviously already know what it was. But to start off with the recap, basically nothing happened this month except the Game of the Year awards, and I want to give a special thanks to everyone who sat there and watched the whole thing, as well as people who sat there and watched most of it, or even some of it, or even like a second of it. All right, it was the biggest project I have ever done on YouTube, and it took me like a while. And how I did it, the time frame of which I did it in, was kind of perfect because I was getting my whole kitchen was getting like repainted, all the cabinets and everything. So I was stuck at home for literally like 3 or 4 days straight, and I was able to get it done like in a very timely and efficient manner. I originally had it planned for a Friday release, and I uploaded it like 3 days prior. And really, it was just my excitement just to get it out was just crazy. So I wanted to just hurry up and get it out. Based off of everyone's feedback, everyone said it was great. Everyone liked it a lot. Everyone said, you made really good points, great commentary, good editing, and so on and so forth. I do know that there were a couple of glitches in there that I do need to fix. And most notably the green screen issue. Now, my green screen wasn't set up to the point where I had professional lighting equipment with like umbrellas and all that stuff. You know how people have like those big white stands and it just shines light on you? That's how you're supposed to fill a green screen. You're supposed to have all this lighting equipment just shining on you so that the shadow doesn't get captured behind you, because what the shadow does is it kind of blends with your character, because the way the chroma key thing works on Sony Vegas, you have to get you as white as possible. It basically turns it into like a negative mode where the background's all black and you're all white, and you're trying to get yourself as plain white as possible. What the shadow does is the chroma key can't differentiate between what the character is and what the actual green screen is. So what happens is that the dark areas, like your shadow behind it, gets captured in with the character, thinks it's the character. And that's why in a couple of those videos you saw there was like a black shadow behind me. Just some editing issues. I had to get better. That was my first time using a green screen. I think I did pretty pretty damn good, considering it was my first time, and that was a lot of effort, so I want to thank all you guys, for all the positive feedback as well, and the constructive criticism, and just, thank you for watching it. Most of all, I know it was a lot to ask, I know, for you guys to sit there and watch it for 2 hours and 10 minutes, however long it was. It was a lot to ask for, but I know some of you guys actually said you did watch it completely, and that means a lot. It means a lot when I put in that much work, and I hope that it was enjoyable. I think I did a pretty good job making sure it was enjoyable from basically beginning to end. But I just want to thank you guys for putting in that effort to watch it completely. So with the channel update, what's happening this month? Well, this month is pretty much the start of pretty much every single major release that's going to be pretty much coming out every single week for the next 2 months. We're starting up strong with Dead Space 3 on Tuesday, alright? And originally I wasn't gonna get this game because I just, I didn't feel comfortable kind of purchasing it. I'm still kind of, I'm just trying to financially recover based off of this whole, holiday season that just passed. I spent like $150 to $200 this past holiday season just on like gifts for people. I spent way too much money. My Connect is on, by the way, which cancel. That thing's useless. However, I wasn't gonna get Dead Space 3, and I got a gift card for Amazon, and I said, okay, fine, I'll go get Dead Space 3, and and I was getting it half off, more or less, at a $30 Amazon gift card. And I originally, I had it pre-ordered and everything, and I decided to cancel it. And the reason is because I still didn't feel comfortable purchasing it and spending that money at that specific time, even though I was getting it half off. I still, you know, just I couldn't purchase it half off in good financial conscience, more or less. And then just randomly searching on Amazon.com, I saw that they had a deal going on that not only will I be getting, you know, half off with my gift card and everything, but if you purchase Dead Space 3, you'll get the special Amazon weapon. I think it's called the Tesla Enervators. It's something weird like that. But as well as a $20 gift card. And that's not video credit, that's actually a gift card. So I more or less got the game for 15 bucks. I decided to pre-order it because, you know, I $20 gift card and I had another $30 gift card. So I more or less got the game with $15 and with, you know, tax included and everything like that. So that game is pre-ordered. It's on its way. Normally, I said to myself, since Amazon is starting to charge tax again, I'm not going to purchase games from Amazon anymore. I'm just going to go over to corporate and just go get it there. But good, you know, a good deal is a good deal. So I am getting Dead Space 3 on release day. I think that deal's still on, actually, for those of you guys who, you know, are kind of iffy about whether you want to purchase the game. I think the deal's still going on. We should probably check out. So, because, you know, it was a really good deal. So hold on, let me get up here. But yeah, you guys should I know what everyone's saying about Dead Space 3. It's going the more, it's kind of like Resident Evil 6. It's going the more action-oriented route. And based off of the demo, what I can say is that it's, I mean, it looks like it plays fine. The thing is, Dead Space 3 was scary because of its dark corridors, that really close combat scenario that it had going on, and they kind of, you know, in Dead Space 3 it's all white and snow. It just doesn't feel as scary because you can actually see what's going on in front of you. And the tablet version of Amazon does not give you any information about any deals whatsoever. But if you're really interested, you probably checked it out already on Amazon. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am definitely getting that game on release day based off of those great deals that I have taken advantage of. Now, in terms of the unboxings, which I know are probably my best content that I produce on here, I think my unboxings are pretty much the content that everyone's interested in, you know, that everyone watches. I think I do a pretty good job with them. Now, I'm going to be changing them, but it's not going to be like, you know, it's still going to be like I did before, but I'm just going to be more or less adding a little thing to them. What I'm going to be doing is I'm thinking about doing little shorts, you know, like little short clips, like a 20-30 second like kind of comedy clip to it that has to do with the game. You won't see it in Dead Space 3, and the reason is because that game's coming through the mail, alright? But for like Crisis 3, when I get that, I'm going to try to do a little short for that, but as well as I'm going to be adding something different. I'm going to be I'm going to film myself going over the corporate and picking up the game. And then, you know, kind of, not really driving home, but, you know, I'm going to be in my car, I'm going to be like, alright, picking up Dead Space 3, here's my pre-thoughts, I'm going to go get the game, I'm going to come back in my car, and I'm going to go home, alright? And that's that. You're basically just going to see that, you know, that extra probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes of me going there. It'll probably not even be that long. It probably might be, the whole thing might be like an extra 60 seconds or so. Just a short, quick thoughts, and then me going to go pick up the game, and then coming back to the house and finally unboxing it. And you'll just see that in the video. But I think it might be cool, you know, to add that kind of thing there. I kind of envisioned it would be that would be a cool thing to add. And my neighbor has like this really loud car. My neighbor next door, he fixes up cars and stuff. Or he's one of the people, you know, that he gets the old classic cars, he fixes them, drives them around, and then he resells them. My dad does that same thing. But I think he had like a BMW M3, like the new one, and I think he got rid of it for like an ISF. And the thing's so loud, it woke me up this morning. It was literally rattling my window, and I woke up, I'm like, what the hell is that? So, and he's right there, you can kind of hear it, but it'll probably ruin the video. But yeah, it's so annoying. Nice car though. So yeah, I'm just gonna be adding those things to the unboxing. All right, next up, One thing I do, okay, now going back to what I said earlier in this video about the video that I posted a couple days ago, you all know that I said on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, you all know that I wanted to do the Crysis 3 beta footage. And I originally had it planned that on Tuesday when the beta released, I was going to do the PC impressions. That following Thursday, I was going to do the PS3 impressions. And then that Saturday, yesterday, I was going to do the Xbox 360 beta impressions. And nothing got uploaded, you'd notice. Now, the reason for that being is that I actually recorded the PC footage on release day, and shut the fuck up. I actually recorded the PC footage on release day, and I was editing it all in Vegas. And here's the issue. I don't know if I had to get like a new version of Vegas or whatever. I'm just gonna save myself the trouble, turn the Xbox off. I don't know if I'm gonna have to like buy the new 12.0 Vegas or whatever, because right now I'm using Movie Studio HD Platinum Suite 11.0. I think that's the full name of it. But you know, it's a fairly, you know, new one. It's not the new one, but it's like the one before that. And what happens is that in the video, in the editor preview, where when you edit all your parts, you can see how the video is going to turn out before you render it. It looks perfect. It looks exactly how I want it. When you go to render it, however, the video, for whatever reason, becomes unsynced with the audio and the commentary, and the video actually fast forwards. It actually fast forwards for whatever reason to the point where the video ends, but I'm still talking. So I basically die, and like 20 seconds later I say, "Oh crap," and you hear that gun sound. And I was trying to fix this. It literally, it ruined my whole 3 days, you know, of just me trying to get that to work. I rendered it 10 times, wasting hours and hours and hours trying to figure out what this issue was, and I just couldn't figure out what it was. I didn't know what the hell the issue, why the issue was there, why it was persisting. I didn't know, alright? So that's why the Crysis 3 beta footage for PC did not happen. Now, what about PS3? The PS3 version sucks. Alright, I'll just give you all my review right now. Alright, the PS3 version of Crysis 3 is the worst platform to play it on, because that frame rate is not even 30 frames per second. It's a subpar 25 frames per second. So it's basically like you're watching a slideshow almost the whole time that you're playing the multiplayer beta. And it's just like, are you serious? I was so surprised because you know, I would expect that, because Crysis 2 multiplayer, the beta for Crysis 2 the multiplayer on PS3 ran pretty smoothly, alright? And the Xbox 360 version, which I played yesterday, yeah, I played yesterday and I max ranked, and I'm just bored of it. I'm too much of it. I'm too much Crysis, alright? But the Xbox 360 version, for whatever reason, has better graphics and has a smoother frame rate than the PS3 version. I don't know, alright? The Xbox 360 version looked better, it also ran better than the PS3 version, it just, whatever, alright? Now, when Crytek said, and I quote, "We maxed out consoles with Crysis 3, I expected to be, oh, these graphics on consoles are gonna look great, you know? That game looks ugly. That game looks freaking ugly, alright? It may be the best looking game on Xbox 360, but the thing is that the CryEngine, the architecture of the CryEngine is so unique, it runs everything in real time. Unlike a lot of these engines, it's not optimized really for consoles. They claim it is, but when the game has the frame rate of a subpar 25 frames per second and fluctuates on and off and never has a consistent, smooth, you know, frame rate, it really feels like just through the engine on the consoles, and the consoles having trouble handling it. So the game looks hideous on consoles. The game runs not that great on consoles. So if you have to get it on consoles and you have a choice, Xbox 360 is the better choice. However, I mean, the game just, it doesn't even run that great on consoles. I mean, I know it's really, you know, it was a PC exclusive Crysis back in the day, and really I felt like it should have stayed a PC exclusive, because that quality kind of diminished after the first Crysis, because the first Crysis was outstanding. The second Crysis, they took a more linear route, but it was a more story it had like a stronger storyline. You know, they focused more on story, less on the gameplay of the open world gameplay, and gave you a more linear, structured storyline, which was great. And Crisis 2 was nice, but still, you know, if you played the first Crisis, you kind of have that feeling of, oh, I just want this beautiful, lush, open, tropical jungle environments. Maybe they'll do it with Crisis 3 single player. I mean, let's be honest, I'm not buying Crisis 3. I don't think anyone's buying Crisis 3 for the multiplayer mainly. It's for their single player campaign. But if you're the PC version, I don't care. Even if you can run it on medium settings, that's probably the better choice to get. I'm not kidding, because the game looks hideous on consoles and it doesn't run that great on consoles. So I did want to mention that about the Crisis 3. That's why there were no videos on that. Personally, what's happening with me? Well, college starts tomorrow. All right, it is Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not interested in sports, so I could care less. However, college starts for me tomorrow. My second semester of being a freshman, and I'm taking one less class than I did before. I'll tell you on my schedule. My schedule's, you know, for a lot of people it's going to be hard to stick through, but it's kind of, you know, better for me in a sense. Monday through Thursday I start at 8. All right, and Tuesdays and Thursdays I get out at 9:25. And I was working. I was talking with my father, you know, because I work with him more or less throughout the whole week. And I said, I'll work with you 4 days a week, but I want the Tuesdays off. All right, because Tuesday's game day. All right, and I want it, you know, for like The Last of Us or Crisis 3, you know, that's coming out. I want to go home. I want to go to corporate, pick up the game, go home and play it, you know, and do videos for you guys. So he said that's fine, you know, that I can take off on Tuesdays, and it's great because, you know, when I get out of class like at 9:15, it's like really early. I'm just gonna go pick up the game and then just go home and, you know, be able to enjoy it for the rest of the day. Now Mondays and Wednesdays I get out at 12:35. I don't have school Friday, so I get out at 12. It's like 12:30, which means I have all my afternoons open more or less. So it's basically I have to wake up at 8 o'clock. Monday through Thursday, which for a lot of people in college, they're like, no, I don't want to wake up at 8 o'clock. Some people work better at night. I personally want to I'd rather wake up, get it over with, and then just have my weekends free, you know, or the rest of my afternoons completely free, or just have more time to work, you know. So that's what's going on with the college. What is that car? I think it's a Nissan Altima. Really? I thought it was an ISF. I think it's an Altima. But that's the deal with college. All right. I just wanted to let you all know that personally. You know that Tuesdays I'm going to be having off, and that's going to be great because this coming Tuesday for Dead Space 3, even though I'm going to be getting out at 9:15, I still have to wait for stupid USPS to get here and finally drop it in my mail. They take forever, USPS, but still I'll have that day free to play it. Next up, the tablet that I bought. Here it is. The review on the tablet. I'm still kind of working it out. I just figured out how to get all my ultraviolet Blu-ray movie copies, because I actually like my parents are like, really, my stepfather is a huge movie collector, and he more or less buys movies than rents them. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but check out like all these movies. These are all DVDs organized in alphabetical order. So, I mean, it's a lot. All right, if your favorite movie is probably in here. I wouldn't be surprised to know that we have like every single movie. All right. It's crazy. So there's all our movies, but downstairs we probably have a stack, I would say, from the Matrix, the first Matrix. Yes, we do have, you'll see sometimes we have double copies. It's because a copy was like, one of the copies was like my mom's and one was his, you know, when we moved together. They just kind of more or less combined our collection. So starting from here probably to here, the Matrix to here is probably our Blu-ray collection so far. So we are kind of working that out. But you all know, you know, for Christmas I got the James Bond 50th Blu-ray bundle, the 50th anniversary Blu-ray bundle, which comes with all of them. Skyfall is actually coming out Tuesday, which I'm going to wait because I want to finish all these movies before I buy Skyfall. Now give time for the price to drop a little bit. But Skyfall comes out on Tuesday on Blu-ray pretty quickly, alright? And the thing that's kind of funny is that it comes out a week early before the UK version. Isn't it a UK series? Isn't it? I don't know, alright? But, you know, I just figured out how to get like all my ultraviolet copies. Like I got a Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, I got Total Recall, Hunger Games, Taken 2, like on there. So I'm gonna be watching them in HD because, you know, one of the main reasons I bought this tablet was because of the screen, 1920 by 1200. So I'm gonna be watching movies and testing out the screen before I do a review on that tablet. All right. Next up is there's two exciting opportunities. This year is going to be just probably one of the most productive years I've ever had here on YouTube. Probably the most productive year I've ever had here on YouTube because there's two extremely excited opportunities that have presented themselves to me. I can talk about one, but I'm not going to talk about the other because the other I'm still working out. However, as a hint, I'll think of a hint to give you guys by the time the end of this video. By the time this video ends. The first opportunity is a company, a major West Coast advertising agency called Eisenberg, alright? A-Y-Z-E-N-B-E-R-G, alright? They call it, it's pronounced, you know, it looks like Eisenberg, but they pronounce it Eisenberg, I guess. They contacted me in your freaking car. One sec. By the way, that is an M3. I thought he has a Nissan Altima and then he has an M3, so that is his M3. That thing's great, nice car, but it's just this thing's so loud. So the first this advertising agency called Eisenberg contacted me. All right. And they offered me a more or less a partnership opportunity, but not like I had with Machinima. What I had with Machinima is a partnership in terms of the video content I produce. This, they more or less set up these campaigns for games. From what I can understand, they more or less set up these campaigns and stuff for games, and they advertise more or less the game. And they got a lot of partners, Square Enix, a lot of, you know, popular developers, Square Enix, EA, like pretty much all the major, you know, publishers contact them and they get them to run promotions, do commercials or whatever, right? I'm not saying I'm going to be in a game commercial, but they contacted me and they said, we've been watching your videos for, you know, quite some time. We're interested with working with you in this. And more or less, they want me to basically share content with you guys with some games. I don't know what games because we haven't got that far yet. All I said is that I'll work with them. I'm going to be part of their mailing list and affiliate program. All right, and I'm not gonna give too much information because, you know, I don't want to. Some information is not, you know, it's a little confidential, or at least I want to keep it a little bit confidential. So from what I can gather, I'm not gonna be getting paid about the videos I produce. It's kind of different. It's not really like, oh, make this many videos, we'll pay you this amount of money. It's not like that. It's basically just whatever I help them out with in these campaigns or whatever, these events, you know. It's more or less something like that. But the bottom line is, what we're basically working out is that they're gonna ship me some games, and sometimes early, and they want me to make videos on them and test them out. Now, y'all know PlanetSide 2. I think that's the game that they're advertising, was PlanetSide 2, I think. Machinima was running a special thing. All right, it was like a tournament, more or less, with Nanners, Total Biscuit, and someone else I can't remember. They kind of worked out the whole tournament and the advertising for that. So if you saw that video where Nanners is like, oh, join my clan, they more or less kind of did that for them. They made that video. They set the whole thing up. It was, you know, they advertised it more or less. So they contacted me, and this is what's happening. Nothing's changing. All right, I just want to let everyone know nothing's changing. I'm not gonna be doing playthroughs. I'm not gonna be taking off all this stuff on my gameplay. I'm not gonna be running constantly saying, "Hey, why don't you go check out Eisenberg on the videos?" All right, it's not going to be like, you know, nothing's going to change in terms of content. I'm just saying that it's just an opportunity that has presented itself to me, and I might be able to get to games early. I don't know what games. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know. I really just don't know. You know, it's kind of like up in the air at the moment. But I've been emailing back and forth with them for the past week now, and everything's looking good. And I told them that I'd go through with it. So that is the first opportunity that has presented itself to me. It's great, all right? So I just sent them the email just like literally an hour ago. So in the coming weeks, you might notice, you'll see, you know, if I get like a game early, there might be an unboxing and so on and so forth. So now the second opportunity, I don't want to talk about it yet because it's a little bit of a surprise, but it's big, all right? It's massive. It's insane. It is something that I've tried to be a part of for the past 2 years. Something that I've done videos on for the past 2 years, and you could probably figure it out. But it's a huge deal. There's a possibility that I might be more or less. I'm trying to figure out what the right words are to not fully give it away, but I might head over there sometime in the coming months for 3 days, and then going back home and doing, you know, some coverage. All right, I'm not going to detail it yet, but there's a huge chance that I will be going to this specific place in the coming months. All right. You guys, that was horrible. You guys already know what it is already. All right, I have a list here of stuff I want to talk about because there's quite a lot of stuff. So I'm not gonna be detailing it yet, but things are looking good, and it's a huge possibility. I have multiple opportunities to make sure that happens. All right, not just one, but I have a plan A, I have a plan B, and I have a plan C. So I'm locking it down. I'm doing my best, and we're gonna see how, you know, what happens. But it's exciting. News. Everyone's been asking me about news, you know, big news. Sony released a trailer for what many are believed to be the next PlayStation. PlayStation 4, hopefully it's called, not Orbis. PlayStation Orbis. It's the most stupid name, but hopefully it's called the PlayStation 4 because that would make sense. But they released a trailer. It's like a 45-second trailer. It's just some flashing things and whatever. And, you know, the Wall Street Journal has sources that claim that not only are they going to reveal the PlayStation 4, but they're going to give us a solid release date. It's going to come out at the end of this year for sure, which is great. It's exciting. Well, now, what's happening with Beyond Two Souls? And if it's coming out, it's probably going to come out in November, to be honest. I'm thinking November, because maybe even October. Yeah, October seems early, but there's just strong rumors that is happening. So I just wanted to, I do know about it. I guess they're going to be live streaming this event on February 20th, all right? So that'll be exciting. I'll definitely be tuning in to watch. I think that's a Wednesday, so that's definitely going to be exciting. So I can't wait to find out what exactly it is. Someone on Twitter runs a Haz Karai, I think that's his name, Haz Karai. This is the president and CEO of Sony, and on the Twitter, I retweeted this. He said, on February 20th, we're going to reveal the future of PlayStation. Firmware update 3.4 or something like that. It was something stupid. So I was like just laughing my ass off when I saw that. It's hilarious, because watch it. It probably would be something as stupid as that. Second up is the Grand Theft Auto 5 finally has a release date. Yay. It's happening in September, which everyone doesn't seem to really appreciate. Everyone's like, oh no, it's happening in December or September. And personally, okay, it's happening in September. So, I mean, they just said spring. So I'd rather, you guys, what you guys want, everyone wants the game, but everyone wants quality at the same time, and you can't have the game quickly and have quality at the same time. You have to wait it out. You have to give Rockstar their time, because, like you said, if you can switch off at any point between these three characters, that's technologically speaking, that's going to be pretty impressive. So fuck me, the video ran out of time. But it's going to be extremely difficult to code and everything like that, to actually make it work. So give them some time. It's coming out in September, the same day as Killzone Mercenary, which is the reason, really, that game looks incredible. That's why I bought a Vita. It's one of the, pretty much it's the only Vita game this year that I'm actually sitting there and saying, wow, I want that. That looks amazing. So I already have Grand Theft Auto 5 pre-ordered. I already do on the Xbox 360, so when it comes out, excited to play it. So, but, I mean, I personally, what do I think about the Grand Theft Auto 5 release date? Whatever. I really don't care. If it would have come out in May, that would have been great. If it's going to come out in September, that's fine too. You know, I don't mind. So this video's already been gone on longer than it needs to. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all are excited. If you watched the whole video from start to finish, you're great. I'm glad that you appreciate what I do. And really, there's just a lot of stuff I wanted to go through and discuss with you guys. I hope you guys are excited for those two opportunities. I sure as hell am. And you know, like I said, there's gonna be Dead Space 3 vids, the unboxing and the first 30 minutes on Tuesday. All right, when I beat the game, the review, as well as, I don't know if there's competitive multiplayer. I don't know if they took that out, but we'll see. If there is competitive multiplayer, I'll probably try it like I did with the first Dead Space, or Dead Space 2. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye.